Eala on brink of massive WTA rankings milestone with projected 15th-place jump after latest win. Eala is on the verge of breaking into the top 30 of the WTA rankings after reaching the last 8 of the Dubai Tennis Championships with another solid win. Following her brilliant win over 6th seed Jasmine Pauini in the second round, Eala followed it up with a 7-5, 6-4 win over Sarana Saisai to reach her second WTA 1 quarterfinal. "Every round is such a battle and so filled with tension," Eala said during her on-court interview. "So, I'm really happy with how I performed and I'm really happy to be able to share it with all of you. The key today was staying calm and trusting my shots. I think I was very solid in particular moments where I needed to be, and that reflected in my performance and in the score." The Filipina famously made it to the semifinal of the Miami Open last year when she beat Grand Slam winners Jelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and Iga Swiatek before losing against Jessica Pegula. That run on the hard courts in the United States propelled her into the top 100 of the rankings, and now 8 months later she finds herself at number 32 in the live rankings on the back of her 3 wins in Dubai. The 20-year-old has previously been as high as number 40, but she started the Middle East event at number 42 and is now projected to rise 15 places to number 32 with her win over Romanian Saisai. "The key today was staying calm and trusting my shots. I think I was very solid in particular moments where I needed to be, and that reflected in my performance and in the score." The Filipina famously made it to the semifinal of the Miami Open last year when she beat Grand Slam winners Jelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and Iga Swiatek before losing against Jessica Pegula. That run on the hard courts in the United States propelled her into the top 100 of the rankings, and now 8 months later she finds herself at number 32 in the live rankings on the back of her 3 wins in Dubai. The 20-year-old has previously been as high as number 40, but she started the Middle East event at number 42 and is now projected to rise 15 places to number 32 with her win over Romanian Saisai. "Obviously, their support means a lot to me," Eala added. "It definitely motivated me in the tight moments and makes the emotions more intense when I win, but I wouldn't attribute all of it to them. Whether they are there or not, I'm going to fight until the end and do what I can to win. That I've not always been a competitor who's been put in night sessions on center court. I've been playing tennis for many years, and I'm also used to playing in front of no crowds. I'm still in the earlier phase of my career, so I'm doing my best to enjoy, and I hope the feeling is reciprocated by the crowd. It just creates an amazing atmosphere." Up next is 2-time Grand Slam winner Coco Gauff, who came through a 3-set win over Elise Merrin, and she knows it will be a tough battle. Popular on Tennis 365. "Win or lose, it's a great opportunity for me to learn. Obviously, facing a player like Coco is something that people would kill to do, and in a quarterfinal here in Dubai as well. So I'm super excited," she said. Want more from Tennis 365? Add us as a preferred source on Google to your favorites list for tennis coverage you can trust. On the verge of history, Eala's rise toward a massive WTA milestone. In the high-stakes, high-speed world of professional tennis, few stories resonate like that of a determined young athlete breaking barriers. Not just on court, but in collective imagination. Alex, the 20-year-old Filipino sensation, is writing one of those stories. And this week, she finds herself on the brink of a major women's tennis association. If you're new to tennis, don't worry. I'll break this down super simple. No complicated ranking math. No tennis jargon. Just the real story of how a 19-year-old from the Philippines is quietly turning into one of the most dangerous rising stars in the sport. And here's the crazy part. This might just be the beginning. Glowing star, who is Eala, and why is this such a big deal? First, quick background. Eala isn't just another young player. She trained at the world-famous Rafa Nadal Academy. Yes, that Nadal. She's been building this moment for years. Junior Grand Slam champion. Fearless baseline game. And a lefty, which makes her tricky to play against. But until now, she was still climbing, still proving, still almost there. And then, boom, tennis racket and ball, the match that changed everything. This wasn't just a win. It was the kind of match where momentum swings like crazy, where pressure builds, where higher-ranked players expect to cruise, and suddenly don't. Eala didn't just survive. She attacked. She stepped inside the baseline. She redirected pace. She trusted her backhand under pressure. And when it mattered most, she didn't blink. That's the part beginners need to understand. Rankings aren't about hype. They're about points. And this win, Massive points. Chat with upward trend. How does a player jump 15 spots? Okay, quick ranking crash course. Super simple. The Women's Tennis Association rankings work like this. You earn points at tournaments. Bigger tournament equals more points. Beat higher ranked players equals more impact. Defend old points from last year, or lose them. So when Eala won this match, she didn't just add points. She leapfrogged players who didn't perform that week. That's how you jump 15 spots out of nowhere. But here's what most people aren't talking about. This jump changes the type of tournaments she can enter. And that changes everything. Open door why this ranking boost is a game changer. When your ranking rises, 3 things happen. You get into bigger tournaments automatically. You avoid qualifying rounds. You face better players, which means bigger prize money and bigger exposure. It's like moving from junior varsity to varsity overnight. And once you're in, you stay, if you keep winning. Now imagine this. Instead of fighting just to get into draws, she's walking in as a legitimate threat. That mental shift alone. Huge. Electric light bulb, the confidence factor nobody sees. Here's a mini story. Young players often struggle not because of skill, but because they don't believe they belong. One big win changes that. You start thinking, wait, I can beat these players. That belief is dangerous. And when Eala plays loose and confident, her game opens up. Her forehand gets heavier. Her angles get sharper. Her movement gets quicker. Confidence in tennis isn't motivational fluff. It's a weapon. And right now, she's armed. Fire why this feels different than her past wins. She's had good wins before. But this one feels different. Why? Because it came at the right time. The WTA Tour is in a transition phase. Veterans are aging out. New stars are still establishing themselves. There's space, opportunity, and players ranked outside the top tier can suddenly break through. We've seen it before. A player floats around the 150 to 200 range, gets one big run, then suddenly, top 100. And once you hit top 100, doors swing wide open. Is that what's next for Eala? We'll get to that. But first, there's one thing people underestimate about her. Her training advantage. Remember the Rafa Nadal Academy? That environment is built on discipline, heavy topspin, physical toughness, mental resilience. Players there are trained to grind, to suffer, to stay in points longer than their opponent wants. And in tight matches, that foundation shows.